excited for this one. In the building, the none, the none other than Leroi.777 in the
Yes,
building,
sir.
y'all. We got him here in the metaverse, and we got him as the avatar. Bro, I'm excited for this, and I got a bunch of questions for you, man.
For
How you
sure,
doing, bro?
man.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. Anything that my boy Ben's part of, bro. I'm always excited, bro. I'm always excited because I know the production is always crazy. Yeah, man. I'm excited for this, bro.
Yes, sir, brother. Welcome to In the Lens with Benz. I'm your host, Beneficial Films, but y'all know me in VR as Beneficial Games. And today we're doing something different, bringing together the virtual and the real. I'm here as my avatar in VR, and joining me on FaceTime at his avatar, is a Ready Player Me, right? Avatar,
Yes.
Leroy777, real world creator, innovator, motivator, you name it, making crazy waves from the start of the metaverse since I've started. Uh, and what we do today is talk about the innovations, the technologies of VR and AR, and how we can bring about community and find different perspectives. And on the show, we talk about the creative journeys of those shaping the future, and it's about imagination, innovation, and community. And we're
Yeah,
diving in, bro. We're diving in.
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Can you introduce yourself and share when you got started in VR in a whole?
Man, so my name is Leroy. Like you said, bro, I like to go with Leroy777. And the big reason is because 777 is just like, the slots you hit, bro. It's the luck. Sometimes you look back and you're like, damn, how many things have to go right for me to be here? And I think that's just crazy that I'm here during this tech age, man, and being able to do what I do and be able to talk to you. I know like it looks like it's two avatars talking, but I know I've seen your episodes. You got humans and stuff in here, man. You got people who are showing their faces, but I wanted to come on here to show like this is me. You feel me? Like this is my face, and that's what the new age is. I know there's been bloggers and stuff, but this is a little different, and I'm excited to get a little bit into it. Different in my aspect. I don't want to act like I'm creating anything, but yeah, man. And the VR, all that, man. Dude, I mean, galaxies, bro. Like some Samsungs, you know what I'm saying? Like even with like the little
Yeah,
cardboards, stuff like that is just, or even like people don't talk much about this, but 3D movies, for example, bro, kind of gave me that look into
3D
VR and wanting
movies.
to look on how you can get this closer view into stuff. And at that time, I feel like VR was the way of being able to see somewhat of a 3D movie. So I did. It's been a while, man. Anything that had to do with tech, has led me to this stuff, and VR just been one that I'm happy to have started, in a good time. There's been people who have definitely been a part of this earlier as far as hands-on VR, but the cardboards, the Google Glass, all this stuff, man, AR, all this shit is just all together, man.
Bro, yes, bro. And let's talk about more about that because I did make the concept of the show where people could show their face and whatnot. And when I first did the show, shout out to Yules. Yules was the same person. Was like her brand, the brand of herself was not to show her face, but to be as an avatar. What was your reason behind yours? Do you have any specific reason why? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the big thing around mines, man, is that I try to do every single thing I can with my branded avatar, right? And obviously we have bloggers and people out there who have been, a part of creating a brand with their avatar, but at some point they have to take a break. Right? At some point they have to take the suit off. At some point they have to take the stuff off and go meet up and do business and do this. But in the day and age that, we're getting used to, like a portal, for example, a holographic boxes that they're putting in airports and they're putting in different places where you can literally talk to Howie, and he's they're using AI to be able to have a conversation back and forth. Now
I've
you
seen that.
look at that and you say, well, that's Howie, that's how he actually looks, but that's no different than an avatar like Mario, talking to you. It's not necessarily the same person, coming out of there, but it's the essence of that person, and that's what I love about this. I love the fact that this is me. I mean, if it's who I how I look, how I would dress, how everything. But it's the futuristic version of me. I upgrade it every so often. Like I said, thanks to Second Life Rich, I have a newer, nicer arm. Metal arm. I have newer, nicer
Yeah.
stuff. And as the technology grows, as I want to implement it, I get to make myself closer and closer until the day that you won't be able to tell. I mean, I could still customize myself, but you won't be able to tell the difference between myself or what people consider my physical self, you know?
And we getting there too, right? With the speaking of avatars and like the people who are kind of iffy about VR because of like how the avatars look or how cartoony, quote unquote, they might seem. What do you feel? How you feel about how? So I see you are anticipating the growth of the graphic and realism of your avatar to where you saying your avatar that you have now, maybe in about 5, 10 years, it'll be more realistic to where you won't even know that that's the avatar you're staring at.
Yeah, and we have the technology now, right? So it's definitely able. I mean, like I said, when I load up the updated avatar that I got from Second Life Rich, you load it up to Unreal Engine or you load it up to any of this stuff, even as a meta human, like you get very, very close and it looks really nice. But being able to employ it sometimes, I like to be fast. You know, if you tell me, hey, right now I have an interview in 5 minutes, man, this is the fastest way I can do it. I can have that interview with you. I can have that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Or if somebody says, can you demo? What do you mean? You know, right now I
Mm-hmm.
might look a little bit more cartoony, but at the end of the day, all I need is to hook you with some type of bait. And then once I bring you in and I show you what I can do with the other stuff, now I'm kind of building you up to where we're at already. But man, the tech is here and it's pretty close. But just being able to employ it, live, we got some time to go, even with AI. But we got some time to go, so I'm excited, bro. And that's where I'm pushing, man.
Yeah, me too. Even doing this show, man, just trying to break that third wall, so to speak, of really talking to
Yeah,
some real people, with the avatar itself. You know what I mean? Not too many people. I'm pretty sure now they're seeing a lot of content with the waves of VR, with the avatars, and especially when VR chat days, and now with Meta Horizon. Uh, but I feel like this would bring more people into the research of knowing what is in VR, because
yeah.
people don't know what's in VR, and that leads me to my next question. A lot of people is scared of VR, bro. I need to hear some perspectives of how do you get people into VR, bro. I like to say they're scary. Well, how do you feel about that, and how do you get people
So
unscared? If that makes sense.
I I feel like it's sometimes like anything else when you're trying to introduce something to somebody. I get so excited sometimes, man, and this is a fault that I have, but I get so excited sometimes that I want to inform that you forget. You kind of, I call it waterboarding, right? And waterboarding is, you obviously you have a sense of danger, but you're not necessarily in the aspect of danger. And I call it waterboarding in the aspect because I'm giving you so much information that you're like, dude, hold on, what is going on? So a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
it's organizing
Mm-hmm.
yourself so you can sit down and kind of have those trickles of water coming down for this person to understand what's going on, or information, I like to say, but to understand what's going on and still be excited about it. So you have to kind of get to know the person. Sometimes we, like, let's say I just met you and I don't know nothing if you're in the metaverse or nothing, but I see you that you like to take video or photographs, whatever. A lot of times people come in with the idea of like, okay, well, let me pitch the metaverse already to them or VR to them, and not knowing that maybe if you speak to that person, there might be something that you can pull on that is common to you guys in the aspect of where VR and what they do is in common. And as you're doing right now, you obviously found that the stuff that's in common enough to bring you into here and do what you're doing. So I just, like I said, I try to meet people, learn about them, learn what they like, learn what currently they like about what they do and what they don't like about what they do, and then kind of input how VR, how AR, I, or whatever, fits in their whole process. And little by little, man, people are like, some people are hands off. Hey, I'll do it now. I'll let you do it and show me. And then little by little, it's like, hey, man, let me get my hands in there.
All right, bro. And that's all it is, just about going in there, right? Just putting on the headset or just
Yeah.
playing around with it, hands on with it. That's what I
Yes,
tell people,
sir.
but just put the headset on, bro. Walk around, get your legs in there, bro. Well, how do you yourself see VR just in general, or building or creating, evolving over the next 5, 10 years?
Bro, I think overall, like, there's a lot of things where you have people that see like VR chat, they see Horizon, they see Roblox, they see, different platforms that have been popping up, Spatial, even other platforms that have been coming up, earlier, more, recent. But I'm excited, not just VR, but I'm excited for Meta, just Meta Horizon, man, because the stuff that they're doing, I think, yeah, a lot of people see it as kiddie stuff, but some of the stuff that they're doing on there is directly like allowing the common person to get interested in wanting to build and wanting to learn how to script and wanting to, it looks like Blender, but it's not Blender, and then the new one's gonna look even nicer.
Right.
So it's like, you get that, you get the scaredness away. I feel like now people are gonna start adopting and creating stuff, more stuff that's gonna be equivalent to what maybe, somebody that doesn't want just kid games. They're gonna, experiences that are a little bit more adult-ish, and you see it happening. So that's what I'm excited, man. I'm excited in 5 years to where VR is literally like, we'll have our AR glasses and stuff, but VR will be the thing that we'll go and play and be excited about as much as we were excited about playing the PlayStation 2. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm.
using our first, gaming computer or whatever productive computer to be able to do work. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing about this. It's not a gaming. It's really just not just for games. It's super productive, super creative, super educational, entertainment. It's the plethora of things, bro. That's what I love about this.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir, man. It definitely is, bro. It's the shovel, you know what I'm saying? It's up to the person to pick up that shovel and figure out how they're gonna use it, dude.
it's the tool. Speaking of that, bro, do you see? Speaking of that, AI as a collaborator, a tool, or a competitor in the creative space?
Man, that's to me, it's definitely a tool, man, and that's one of the biggest things. Like my mission is to go out and try to show people that it's not just AI. It's because if you notice, every single thing that's new scares people. AI, crypto, metaverse. So as long as you kind of show people that it's not necessarily, once again, it's not the shovel, right? It's how the person's using that shovel. If I'm sitting there and I'm trying to dig a hole with the wrong end of the shovel, I'm gonna be annoyed and say, well, why the hell am I not? Is my hole not big? Not knowing that it's the way that I'm using that shovel. So when I
Mm,
think about it, and just think about
I
this very
like
quick,
that,
man.
bro.
There's 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 ways right now, right? With Juan, for example, 1.2.2 anime. I can take video of myself and use any picture I want and literally do as natural as you can see me talking right now, a video like that. The only thing is that we haven't figured out or they haven't gotten as optimized to be able to do it live. But someday we're going to get to that
Mm,
point where I no longer have to set up an avatar through I can naturally just speak through a camera, and the camera is going to be able to use the AI filter function, local, hopefully, local running to be able to do this and change me with no issue. So I see AI as a
mm,
tool, man, but I see not just AI. Like I said, I work with tech trends, right? So I advise with tech trends. So I see all tech trends as tools. It doesn't matter the computer, and I just want to say this just very quick, man, because I want to point out. I know people are going to say, well, if you do tech advising, you're going to tell me that you're better than AI at advising, and I'll put this. As far as data goes, AI can beat many people in bringing you this data, but you can go on Google and Google most of this shit. You can go on YouTube and look at most of this shit. Advisors are
mm.
here to help you connect this stuff and help you kind of go hands off on stuff that you necessarily don't want to have to be hands on. So I don't believe that AI will ever steal the clients that I have, right? Will there be maybe people that'll want to go try it? Of course. And that's what my job is. I want them to be excited about this. Because at the end of the day, I do not want to only help people as far as advising them. I want to bring them over to being able to be my partners or be able to be a part of their collaborations or their projects that they're doing after finding what AI and all this tech can help them out with. So to me, it's always a collaboration, man. No matter what, I tell people all the time, man. I even show it in my innovator group. I posted all these advising apps that can help you. But at the end of the day, it's the same shit as Google. It's the same shit as anything else. You can talk to these things, but you need a person that understands your experiences and who you are to be able to put it together.
I love that, bro. I love that. And what does a tech advisor like mean? And how do you support creators with that?
Say that again, brother.
I'm saying, what does tech advisor mean? What I mean, to you, and how do you support creators with that?
So tech advising with me. So all overall, it's not just creators, right? It's businesses and brands. I support. I do also IT support. So it's all that has to do with tech. I try to have it under the hood, right? So IT support, the promo, the marketing, using AI, using AR, using VR, using all this tech trends to be able to leverage and push what they're doing. Optimize what they're doing. There's so many things that When we sit back and we look at, yes, you have a great process, but there's so many things that you can implement to be able to make that process even better. And AI is example of something that you can multiply the person. Yes, can you take over positions? Of course, but you can also multiply that person to make it more efficient. So to me, being a tech advisor is just saying that I focus on using tech trends to help brands and business to be able to market themselves, push themselves, and being able to motivate and optimize their flow, man. Because at the end of the day, when you are complete mentally, physically, and what you know you're doing, you're perfect, man. You know, what I mean, you mitigate as much as you can. So that's what it means to me,
I love that. I love that, bro. And what tools or platforms do you think every VR creator should be using right now?
bro. Meta Horizon, I'm telling y'all right now. I mean, it's not even like it's to me, I think they're doing great in the aspect of what they're pushing out. So the Meta Horizons, the headsets. I even tell people like YouTube, for example, going on YouTube and looking at a lot of these videos. Blender, and for people
Mm-hmm.
who do VR, yeah, it depends on like what they want to do. There's people that want to do content within VR. I think it's more important figuring out what you want to do, and then from there, figuring out all the tools that you might need to be able to accomplish what you want. But dude, there's whatever you can do in the real world, you can do in VR. And if you don't believe it, I promise you, man. There's damn near, there's not a job you can't do in there, from scamming to goddamn working a grocery store if you wanted to.
Facts. No, 100%. You'd be surprised, bro. And that's what I'm saying. People just got to go in there. Once you go in there, like, oh shit, this, that, this, and that.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a easy way to promote your brand of business, man. There's no, I mean, shoot, I can't pay for brick and mortar to be able to do promo as well as I can do in there.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to buy what gravel, brick, sand, electric bill, and water bill, right? Bathroom bill, and for your world.
Get it all in there, bro.
What common tech mistakes do you see creators making the most?
I mean, I think it's like always different things, but I feel like and everybody, I feel like, but right now I think the copy and paste with the AI, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, AI is a tool, but
Mm.
it can't replace your voice. And sometimes it kills me because I get it. I mean, I get cleaning up your stuff for grammar or trying to learn how to put a little bit more grammar or make your stuff sound. But at the point where you read your stuff over and it doesn't sound like how you would talk, there's something wrong with that. I'd rather, even if it didn't make sense, or for example, I speak Spanish, so sometimes like I get confused with the English. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather make a mistake in that aspect than sound like somebody else because I wasn't, I was lazy and just copied and pasted. And AI art, man, sometimes like I get it sometimes, bro. You know what I mean? Why people have a bad taste about this? Because as easy as it is to create with AI, you would think that people would spend more time to kind of, I guess, fine tune it a little bit more. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
point out this, for example, the last picture that I put up, right? If you zoom in on that picture, the Meta logos on there are very blurry. There's aspects of the picture that are very blurry, but and if you look at the full actual picture, you don't. It's not really a quality loss. It's only when you zoom in. There's only so much that I'm willing to do to clean up a picture to be able to before post it. But when I look at these pictures and sometimes it looks like man, it looks like a nightmare almost. You get what I'm saying? Like it just
Yeah.
it sucks because there's so much more that the person can be doing, and then you see creatives that I know have the creativity to be able to fine tune and learn that don't take the time to do so. So I think that's the worst part, bro, because AI is something that kind of reuses and you keeps feeding off each other, and the more that we feed this crap into it, I think that the worse it gets.
No, yeah, 100% right. Because it's like eating itself. I think I've seen some research
Yeah.
on that. Like if we
Or
keep
it's eating and shitting itself, man.
right, because it's searching stuff that's on the internet, right? So if we producing some trash stuff, it's gonna look up that trash and produce more trash, right?
Yeah, and then in turn, the more trash is gonna have to get pushed out because we need views. So what happens? Then you a creative that has, you got all these ideas, bro, all this stuff that because you're a human, you understand and you want to show this stuff to the world. You get discouraged and you look at this 5 second slob that is doing a million numbers. Most people are gonna gravitate and say, you know what? Maybe I gotta model my content to this. And then now you just lost who
Mm,
you are and you lost your creative touch because of that. So it becomes a very bad
yeah.
cycle of it. And it's everybody. I mean, it's not just, I'm not saying like it's me as myself. Sometimes I kind of catch myself, okay, is this something that I am? Am I part of this? Or is this something that I'm being manipulated? Or I like using manipulated just because that is one of the things that I know that is a danger of it. But be manipulated
Hmm.
into accepting because AI has said, hey, or people, society has said this is what is popular, for example.
Yeah, bro. Do you think do you think creators should focus on one platform or spread across multiple?
Man, I think they should focus on what they can focus on, right, man? It don't matter the platform. I think you can start with one platform and feel comfortable, and then start spreading out. Because at the end of the day, I related to the guy who's passing out his CDs in New York, right? You can stand there and pass it to that one street, or you can also do online promo. A lot of those people are just doing the promo on the street. It's only reaching that many people. So if you have a name and you want to continue building your brand, there's many easy ways that you can kind of, like I said, like kind of leak yourself into where you're not letting too much of yourself go, but you're still leaking your brand in there. Maybe you don't have to go do events. Maybe you can have your logo in there. Maybe you can have a building in there, collaborations in there, shirts. A lot of these places let you jump in and just create stuff.
No, bro. Yes, bro. And I was about to say, with AI, this new what Meta engine. At this point, you just prompt to create and tweak.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, man.
did you play with that at all, man? Did you play with it? Play with the any AI in VR?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's fun to see, bro. It's fun to see. I know there's people that are afraid of it because they're like, hey, how is doesn't that take away the creativity, or if it makes it too easy, like, but I like it, man, because a lot of times you have this idea in your head, or you have a prototype, or like, for example, like me, I like to change a lot of things, and you can't take time having to take and move and do this. If you can literally revision your ideas and have different revisions of it in front of you and envision it in front of you, I think it's a plus, man. It's awesome. It's amazing to see what you can do with just literally a prompt, an idea that you're able to vocalize.
Yeah, man. And I can't wait to see what comes out from many creators just based off that. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine the if multiply. I feel like the world's gonna multiply based off of what we can do now.
Of course, man. I feel it, bro. It's making it easy for so many people, and I like it, bro. When you can make it fun for people and you can bring people in. I mean, think about MySpace, man. How many people got excited about it? HTML just from copying and pasting shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people,
That
like I've
was
said in
deep.
the past, a lot of people have copied and pasted and went on with their day. And there's people that copied and pasted and noticed that when they changed a couple of things, it changed a couple other things, and they went on and learned. I feel like Horizon is there with that. They've made it fun to where people are like, okay, maybe I can do this, and it allows a big range of different people to be able to enjoy this stuff, man.
Super huge, man. And when I grew up, I always wanted to be a gamer. And so when I came in here, you kind of learn a little bit of coding, a little bit of building. It's like, oh, sup, I'm
Yeah,
learning how to build games.
yeah, man. Yeah, you don't see yourself. You look, and I know it's people are gonna be like, it's not the same, but dude, the Rockstar developers or the animators or the script, they all started in the same place that a lot of people have started. They weren't fucking, they didn't come out, already knowing how to make GTA. You know what I'm saying? We literally saw GTA grow as a group, and there's even solo developers right now that are making amazing games, all from just
Hmm.
literally sitting there and saying, hey man, I think I can do that, or being introduced to something that they found fun.
It's the introductions, man. It's the introductions, man. That's why I'm glad I'm in VR because I probably wouldn't have met people like you and others, bro, to get this inspiration, the motivation, and to see where I'm at now, and even get the skills to build and know how to
Doing it, bro.
code, bro. It's very deep, bro. But what's the coolest piece of VR tech you've ever tested, or even AR tech, or just tech
Um,
in general?
Chad, man, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think VR, you said, right? VR only?
You can. I'm gonna say tech in general.
Oh man, tech in general, dude. Nah, man. I mean, I know this probably has to do more with VR and AR and stuff, man. But I'll be honest with you, dude. I remember the like HoloLens and stuff like that. Like even in the military, for example, man. Um, Celex, stuff like that we would use that can rip phones or make copies. It was just amazing, bro. And to me,
Mm,
it tech like that blows my mind because it kind of shows you that like you know how we can scan rooms now with these headsets and stuff like that.
mm,
It's crazy to me because we're gonna get to a point where you're gonna have well we already have enough data for that, but we're gonna get to a point where you're gonna be able to reproduce somebody's like whole print, man, whole digital print, like just whole like sit down and actually be able to question somebody. Like where I can sit down with you and talk to you and not be able to tell the difference between you and I guess the person that is not you. It's your whole data compiled into one person and one data set or one thing me talking to it. So I think that to
mm,
me is the most exciting thing about or the exciting thing that I've ever tried in tech is just overall just seeing these little things that I've seen through time like I'll bring out another one just very quick, and this one's more like it's not VR, but it's very close. I remember being in the military, and I mean, dude, 2014, 2013 time, right? And I was in a Humvee and there was a room where it was like all 360 and you would drive this Humvee and the room would move with you. Like it would be all screens. But it would move with you when
yeah,
you would drive and when you would shoot it was like a video game, dude, but it was a full-size Humvee with a saw on top with a gun on top and everything, a driver and everything, and then when you went over IEDs, the thing would smoke and all that stuff. That is crazy when you think about that right now VR is able to do that. You're able to go to
mm,
tactical VR and play these kind of games and go through this kind of stuff. Where
mm,
back then it was just not saying the military only had it, but it was only places like that that it was exciting to see. So it's just stuff like that, man. Just tech that kind of not necessarily has to do with VR only, but connects all this stuff and allows VR to be bigger than what it is, or AR or AI or whatever current tech is going on right now.
I love it, bro. Dang, yeah, that's deep, bro. And I would, I'd be thinking about how the future of this VR may go, and I'm thinking as far as like, man, we could be oh, dropping my controller, controlling robots through these headsets or controlling whatever, whether it be a plane, a car, and I feel like what you just said, you driving Humvees
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's I mean, shoot, there's been construction sites that they've shown that you can do, there's remote workers. It's no different than any of that stuff, man. Being able to do it is just making sense of it and making it worth the while to spending money on it. That's all it is, man. There's been surgeons who have done remote surgery. I mean, be it on if it's an object or a person, but have been able to do a remote surgery using some type of VR glasses or using some type of remote access.
Yeah, bro, that's I can't wait for that, Joe. I can't wait for that, Joe. I'm trying to see what that's like, and I'm really excited about the future of what's going on, bro. This
For sure, man.
how do you like not that my fault. Excuse me. Let me get this one. Oh, this one right here. I knew I had something specific. I had something specific. Do you think VR headsets will replace phones?
Nah, I don't think VR headsets. I think a combination, obviously, of like AR,
What about the
glasses,
glasses?
smart glasses are gonna be able to help. I don't see like a time where we're gonna headset and be able to reimagine the world like that anytime soon. But no, man, maybe AR glasses. But replacing the phone, I don't. Maybe if they made them small enough and sleek enough to where people don't feel uncomfortable being in the same room. But the fact that you can put your phone in your pocket, I think, kind of helps. You can't really keep taking your headset off and on to talk to people. They have to make it a little sleeker.
The Ray Bans got the display now. How you feel about those?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
man.
like
Those are pretty good. They got the Meta Vision or the Meta Display. Yeah, the Meta Display, and I like them, man. I like them. I'm pretty excited for them. I want most people have to remember though. This is a first product market out here. You know, we had the Google Glass, but at this time they're putting the neuro band on there. It's nice. It's not AR for it's not AR. It's more of just having a display on there, but it moves us forward. It gets people excited about what's going on, and hopefully gets us closer to having true AR glasses. Because we have, there's the Ro Kids. You have the those other guys that do the real. We have already a couple of smart glasses that you can connect to your phone, but you have to plug them in, and that's the big issue
Mm.
right now. So once we get to the point, I think Meta is going to be the one to get there. Once we get them to the point where they can fit everything in the glasses, yeah, easily, dude, easily be able to take over phones.
No, yeah, I ain't even heard. I ain't heard about those later ones you was talking about. I just thought the Ray Bans was had it. I think I heard of some smart ones on Amazon, but the Pico is not the Pico. I think that's a VR headset, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Yo, so what I'm about to say, what AI tools, what AI tools do you recommend some people using, bro? For those who probably don't know, to start off.
So I'll say this, man. I am partner with them. Weavy, WEAV dot AI. And the reason why I say them is because I can say Nano Banano. I can say use Gemini. I can say use ChatGPT. I can say run your own local one. I can say all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the thing that I do like about what a lot of people need in creating like content or creating pictures or whatnot, you can use them. You can literally, or even like 3D models. You can do it all on Weavy because they combine all the AI tools in one. So you find Gemini on there, you find ChatGPT on there, you find InPaint on there, you find all these tools on there. But not only that, you can connect them in a node system. So I really do like stuff like that. But there's an AI tool for almost everything, man. If you want to create music, if you want to optimize your flow, if you want to schedule better. So there's so many things out there that you can definitely use. But if you're into content creating or creating 3D models or doing stuff like that, AI is going to let you use all the models, WAN and all that, all in one place.
Weavy, okay, you put me on. I gotta check them out. Shout out
For
Weavy,
sure,
bro.
man.
I heard about Higgsfield and what's the other one?
Yeah.
Suno for the
Suno,
music
yeah,
people
Suno's
out
good for
there.
music. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm glad to hear them. So I definitely want to check out all those, man, because I haven't been too much in anything except for ChatGPT, and I do a lot of editing. So I'll be like, I need one more. I need one more to help me with just a little bit of extra sauce on my things.
And the big thing I do want to say too, man, because there's so many tools out there, it's hard to stay up with them. If you guys check out my innovator group, it's free, man. I'm not, I don't try to sell anything in there. I post as much as I can, as all the tools that I use or most of the tools I use. So there's almost everything, every tool that I can think of on there, from Hugging Face to figuring out how to run your own, local language, to shoot if you need like you said, Suno, make music, podcasting. I try to find these things, use them, and push them on there. There is some that I partner with, obviously, but I let people know these are things that I actually use. I don't, I'm not chasing the money or anything like that. I just happen to use this stuff, and I say, hey, man, if I'm using it, why not partner up with them so I can show people how I get the quality or the stuff that I get,
Right, 100%, 100%, my man. And what other as far as VR, what advice when somebody want to start VR, start their networking in the VR space? Uh, what advice would you give them?
Man, I think networking has to be a lot of getting to know the person, right? I feel like networking sometimes turns into, well, let me go see what type of money I can make with that person or what type of money, and we're so worried about the aspect of using somebody as a stepping stone for that networking purpose, that we don't get to know the person themselves and what they can help us with or what they can be a part of. So if I give anybody advice, man, it's just like I said, trying to get to know that person, trying to get how they fit in your network, and assigning roles for your friends like you should. Sometimes we have friends on there and we sit there and we're like, oh, well, this motherfucker's never helped me out with nothing, or this person has never done this or that. But you've never set them up to help you, or you've never put them in a position to help you, or you've never
Hmm.
taught them how to be friends. Or sometimes you even there's people that keep friends that don't no longer serve them. So that's the best thing, man. Just know who is around you. I said this earlier. If you can touch somebody, if you can reach out and touch somebody, you should be comfortable with them being that close, and they should be a benefit for you being that close to them. So that's my biggest advice. If they're arm length, make sure that it's somebody you want to have that close.
Yeah, man. Uh, that's I'd like to keep it between 25 and 30, man. We were at 35 now. But I really want to thank you so much for coming in, bro. And
Sure, man.
let me just get one more, I guess, a fun light question before we end it, bro. What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that you ever happened to you in this space, bro? What, you got a story?
Shoot, in VR or in her? Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, anywhere in this
Let
in
me
the
think,
space.
man. Let me see. Let me see. I have to have some. I'll tell you. Uh, I don't. Man, oh, I'll tell you. No, I'll say this. This is some. I'll say this right here. I'll tell you this. So I do Motivation Monday, right? And I do that every other Monday. I'll do it. I got some new guests and whatnot coming through, but I have a guest that I interviewed one time, right? And I was doing something for Motivation Monday, and bro, I had just ate, right? And I was running a little bit late. I rushed when I had
Mm.
ate, and I when I got on the headset, man, I don't know what it was, but I started getting the spins. And I'm like, bro, I just got to get through this interview. And it was about a
Right.
45 minute just sit down. You know how it is, man, with Motivation Monday. We go until, but it was like a 45 minute sit down. And bro, as soon as it was done, I said, all right, you have a great day. And I took the headset off, and man, I just threw up everywhere. And at the time,
Right.
I didn't notice it. I just, dude, I felt nauseous. But the thing that made me laugh is after I was done throwing up and shit, man, I get up because I had taken my headset off. I felt it coming. I threw the headset over, and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
notice. I didn't take off the headset. So the person I was interviewing was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I had to
Oh
come back
shit.
like, "Bro, I'm so my bad, bro. I had just fucking ate so quick because I was so excited. I didn't want to cancel this interview and I was running behind." But
Mm.
that's one of the things I can remember, bro. Early on, just rushing to get these interviews in or rushing to get it, and just the headset getting me, bro, just kicking my ass, and I'm like trying to fight it. Or when you have like a battery, when the battery runs mid interview, for example, and you're going in circles or some shit, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
That's how I
bro.
kind of was with you just a little earlier today. I was out getting some ramen. No, I can't. No,
Yeah.
I can't twist. No, I can't twist my. I can't twist my body now for some reason. But I was out getting some ramen. I was like, make sure this I'm on time for Leroy. Man, we've been playing phone tag about 3 days, trying to make sure we good. Dang, I gotta let me twist around. Then that's messed up. Let me twist around at least right here. That's crazy. I can't even use my. I'm looking crazy. But yo, man, thank you again, Leroy boy. Anything you want to say before we climb out or we sign out?
Nah, man. Yo, this is kick ass, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for bringing me on. Dude, keep doing it, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. And, bro, once again, thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this, bro. As your boy Leroy, as always, man. And you got support here whenever, man.
Thank you, bro, for real, man. And that's going to be a wrap here on this episode
Sure.
of In the Lens with Benz. Huge thank you to Leroi.777 for joining us and sharing your story, bro. Make sure to check them out at the Instagram right there. Is right below their name, Leroi.777. Check them out on all their social medias. And thank you to everyone watching, listening. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. We gonna be doing this every week. I try to do this quite often as I can, as I get the people on here. Just kind of, what I mean, hard to y'all be busy. Y'all be busy out here, Leroy.
Hey, man.
Y'all be busy, but dang it. Uh, yes, don't forget to follow, share, and stay tapped in, bro. Until next time, Ben signing off. Keep creating, keep imagining, and always stay in the lens.